It's Dr. Elias Hart. For the past number of months, we at the MVPA have been assigned a task that could be a major development in our research. To track those who share a connection to worlds beyond. What I mean, of course, is those with the ability to go past the veil and peer into unseen waters. We study and monitor these cases due to unfamiliarity, but what if we could use another's knowledge to look deeper into these waters? 5 years ago, when Robert told us about his encounter with the omnipotent creature now known to us as the Entity, I have since dug through every scrap of research, replayed the tapes hundreds of times to try and connect the dots, but they aren't quite piecing together. However, I think tonight may prove useful. My assistant Sandra informed me of 2 women local to this area, Alyssa Danika and Chelsea Taylor, who were of great interest to the MVPA. In fact, we had them brought in earlier today for some tests. I will be interviewing Alyssa tonight, whom, rumour has it, specialises in witchcraft. This will be my starting point.
Where is she? Where have you put her?
You must be Alyssa, yes?
Yeah. So? Where's Chelsea?
Calm down, Miss Danika. Your girlfriend is quite alright. As you know, we had you both doing tests.
Yeah, but I was promised we'd be done by 6. It's now 9. Where is she?
There's been a change of plans. Unfortunately, we're keeping you both here for a little longer.
Why? What did you do now?
Nothing at all. We just have to ensure both your safeties before we let you go. Now please, take a seat. You might as well get comfortable while you're waiting.
Cute. Listen, Elias, I don't know what your game is, but don't lay another finger on her.
Like I said, we're only trying to protect you both. We brought you here Wait, how is it that you know my name?
I don't know. I just felt it. Sometimes I get these, I guess, heightened feelings. I know things, and that's why I can take care of myself and Chelsea. I don't need your help.
Can you tell me more about these heightened feelings?
Why should I?
Because, with more information, we can further help those who need it. If you know things, they could aid others, including your girlfriend. See where I'm going with this?
Okay, I'll help you. But I want your word that you'll stop with these tests after I'm done.
You have my word. All we want is the best for you both.
Alright.
So, what do you mean by these feelings? Like a gut feeling? Something physical?
It's more than that though. I see things. And I'm not diagnosed with anything before you ask. I understand more than others do.
That I think we can agree on. This job has introduced me to depravities even I thought impossible. But alas, I was wrong. Can you explain to me what these feelings are like?
They come to me at random, and they're never the same. Sometimes I know the bad in people before I've even met them. Other times I know something bad's gonna happen before it even does.
Clairvoyance rooted in negativity. Interesting. Do you feel anything when this occurs? Like a sharp, sudden pain?
No. It doesn't hurt. They just catch me by surprise. Like a panic shock. It jolts me into this knowledge.
Well, I have some notes here that you study witchcraft, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Is it possible that this clairvoyance has been brought upon by your entanglement with the supernatural?
Most likely, but I've suffered from these visions before my practice. Before I met Chelsea, actually. One night I actually thought I left this realm altogether.
Please, do tell.
It was late at night. I was in bed, about to sleep, but before I could close my eyes, I heard a crackling from outside my room, like a buggy light or something like that. So I got up and went to investigate. The noise got louder and louder as I approached my bedroom door. I just didn't anticipate what was going to be on the other side.
What was it?
Hell.
What?
Hell. Or, at least, I thought it was. Opening my bedroom door, I was greeted with a terrible conflagration. Burning, crumbling walls and a concrete floor with no way out. Like a trap. I stepped through this doorway and initially covering my mouth, but I could breathe in the air just fine. The smoke wasn't affecting me. I definitely felt the heat though.
And you definitely felt these flames?
Yeah. This wasn't just a vision. I was in another building. Thankfully, I had spotted a path not covered in fire that I was able to follow. The windows were all boarded up. I think I was inside an abandoned factory of some kind. Definitely wasn't in use, especially now. But the fact that it was on fire puzzled me the most. Why?
Do you think this factory, as you said, may have manifested from past memories? Something rooted in your mind?
No. I was in a new place. I felt everything. The concrete on my bare feet, the blaze burning against my cheek, the stench of death in the air. I was there. This was real. I continued through the factory, trying to evade the ceiling that was swiftly crumbling down around me. But I didn't feel immediately in danger, despite the obvious. I stepped over a tipped metal box and into the next room. A large, open space with scaffolding and dusty machines. This room felt hotter than the last, and I realised I was getting closer to the source of the fire. As I walked into the next, some of the lights above started flickering.
Flickering unnaturally? Did you see anything else?
No, I couldn't. Quite the opposite, actually. Given this place had been abandoned for a while, the only thing that helped my vision was the inferno. As I went further into the room, that smell of burning meat just grew stronger. It all seemed like these rooms were leading to something. Like a prize in a hedge maze. If only I were that lucky. Going into the last room, the heat had really kicked in, and the lights were getting pretty consistent with the flickering. I began to suss out that this room was where the stench was originating from because it was awful. As I moved further in, it felt like something was leering over me. I just felt it in the air. There was an energy here, something truly unforgivable. Moving closer to a room at the back, I noticed it was barricaded with some random heavy junk. Whoever did this did not want whatever was inside getting out. But I felt an urge to open it. I've never felt that way before. I've always clung to my ability to keep my senses in check, but this was different.
You've mentioned twice now that this place, this fire, felt like a trap. Something intentional. Why are you so certain?
Because what was inside the next room confirmed my suspicions. Whoever did this wanted to cause suffering. That's why I thought it was hell. I managed to move the junk from the door, keeping clear of the flames that now grew around this one room before me. My urges now turned to hesitance, like once again my body knew. But I persisted. Slowly I opened up the door, and as I did, I understood. Slumped in the corner of the room, illuminated by the light of the flames, was a man. His body was a cadaverous husk of agony. He fucking stank. His frail corpse was propped up by the wall, and I couldn't get a good look at his face until he eventually lifted his head up to look at me. Thin blades of hair struggled to sprout from his dry, singed scalp. His eyes pierced through me, encased in hollow, sunken sockets. What was left of his nose had eaten away a part of his face. A rotten mouth filled with darkened gums grinned at me, like my arrival had awoken something that should have stayed in the ground, because the next thing I knew, his bony hand had reached into the dust to unearth an axe. From there, I had to watch this creature drag himself to his feet and stagger towards me. I was so horrified, I didn't know what to do. I'd completely gone into shock. But as I heard the axe scraping against the ground and his laboured breathing approach me, I knew I had to move. I inched backwards, not taking my eyes off his, hoping to exit this room at least. I turned to run, but the fucking door was locked. I tried to open it, but I was caught. A moth to a flame. I couldn't die here, I couldn't! So I tried to grab a loose brick, but I was too late. He had me cornered. My eyes turned back and all I saw was the blade of the axe coming closer and closer and closer, and then I was back inside my room. I was shaking. The pain of hitting the floor didn't bother me at first, but it took me a while to realise that the inferno had faded.
Well, that sounds horrible. You say you felt this sensation to open that door, to find this creature, as you call it. Has that feeling, or him, ever returned?
No, but I now understand more than ever. This world is cruel. That's why I have to protect those closest to me, before something like that ever happens again.
I applaud your kindness. It's hard to come by in this place. Listen, I think I've kept you here long enough. I'll let you collect Chelsea now.
Thank you. I love her, but sometimes she's like minding a child. Here, before I forget. A black tourmaline. It helps dispel bad energy. Don't make the same mistake I did.
Thank you, Alyssa. Please, enjoy your ride home.
Goodbye now.
Yet again, another tale. Another influx of horror pulled from an innocent bystander. Targeted, they must be. Seemingly confirming my suspicions from earlier. Alyssa's retelling was too vivid. Whoever lit that fire was obviously trying to finish the job. Therefore, I must too. We now understand that these events take place at key moments, snapshots of time. To delve deeper would be to experience it firsthand. To explore this hell she spoke of. One curiosity remains. Despite her encounter, she seems to be living in stability. She has a family, and those she fiercely protects. Therefore, I object to this place being a hell. And it most definitely isn't heaven. But a world that resides between good and evil. A foul yet intricate purgatory. A spiderweb of judgment.